to the latest episode of Conversations with My Son. This is a special episode. We're not doing it on our regular Fridays, but it's on a Sunday, and I'm joined by my regular podcaster and co-host,
Kian. Today is a special episode. This episode is a special episode because we are going to be talking about a very big and special day, Father's Day. This is for all the papas, fathers, dads, daddies, and dadas out there.
Amazing, Kian. This is exciting. I'm actually excited to do this episode today, which is our day, the one day all the dads and fathers get to sort of be spoiled and pampered and relax with their families, and to be doing it live with my son is very exciting. And I think this was a bit of your idea to do almost live podcast on Father's Day. So thank you, and I'm super excited to get into this episode. So let's go right into it. Let me ask you, Kian. You're 8 now. You've had a few of these, but for you, why is Father's Day so special? What does it mean for you?
Giving surprises to the papas, having fun with them, giving them extra fun,
Wait, hold on. You say papas. You have only one though, right?
Yeah. But you said dadas, so and we have more, and you said dadas too.
I said dadas because some kids call their fathers dadas. This papas, you actually hit the nail on the head when you said papas, fathers, dads, daddies, and dadas, because kids call their fathers many different things. Even in my lifetime, I used to call my dad very different things. So when I was younger, it was papa, then it went into pa, then it went into pop, then it went into dad, then it went into I never called him daddy or dada, but it was all these different iterations. So you've pretty much hit on many of them. So let's go back to my question, Kian. Why is it special for you, and what does it mean for you?
To give the papas, to give you surprise, and to let you rest from the work, and to give you lots of fun and give you all the surprises, and watch TV.
Oh, nice! I get to watch TV. That's amazing. So I'm looking forward to celebrating Father's Day, just doing nothing and watching TV. Okay. So I think that's. Thank you, Kian. That means a lot, and I appreciate the chance to sort of take it easy on my day.
So I have a question for you now.
Yes, tell me.
So, Papa, you are a father of two now.
Two. Well, I'm a father of two now.
Yeah.
You and Trisha, yeah.
Yeah. So, what does this mean to you? Is this a special day for you?
Of course, it's a special day for me. It's a very special day for me because I get to spend it, as I said, or as you said, in some ways to be spoiled by you guys, and in many ways to be pampered and treated and just made to feel very special. So I'm excited about that. Not to mention the idea of just watching TV all day. That's going to be super fun. But generally, I think Father's Day for me, when we were growing up, in India, we never really celebrated all these days. It wasn't a big deal. It's gotten bigger in the last few years, and I make fun of it and I call it a Hallmark holiday because it's a holiday invented by the card company Hallmark. So I used to always mock it as being a Hallmark holiday, but it's significant, and I know I sort of joke about it being the one special day for dads, but I think it's exciting. It's nice that the families get to sort of celebrate and appreciate their dads, and talk about and respect everything they've done, and give them a chance to show how much they love and appreciate all the work they do. So in many ways, it's special. I appreciate everything my dad did, and Mama's dad did, and in many ways we are here because of them. And similarly, like, I want to do all the good stuff for you guys as a father and be responsible in your childhood and upbringing to ensure that you have a good future. So for me, Father's Day is special that it gives me a chance to bond with you guys and hang out, but it's also a chance for me to appreciate and reflect back on my father and Mama's father, and to thank them for everything they've done. So this is also to all the dads out there and all the work they do, and appreciate all of those dads, because many times dads are forgotten in everything, and this is more a day to appreciate everything dads do, and thank them for it. Many years ago, I was traveling for work on when I was at Barclays, and we were in the US with the client, and the client was a lady, and she had just had her fourth or fifth kid, and we were talking about moms versus dads, and I obviously, being a dad, I was very pro the role dads play, and she just wasn't buying it, and in many ways I had to throw out the fact and discuss a lot of points as to yes, I appreciate that moms have to go through childbirth and labor and all of that, but how the dads play a role in supporting them, and how there's a big difference in households with dads and without dads, and what difference that makes. So in many ways, this day for me is special because it brings out all of those things, and I appreciate what dads do, and respect what everyday dads go through and do for their kids. So to have that one day to be celebrated is like cheers to all the dads out there. So Kian, sorry, this was a little long-winded answer, but now back to you. Tell me how you celebrate Father's Day. What do you have planned for the day for me tomorrow? I know previously there have been things, but tell our listeners what you do on Father's Day typically.
I cannot tell you.
Historically.
It is a surprise.
It's a surprise. So this Father's Day is a surprise. So we're not, listeners, Kian's not telling us what he's got planned for us. But what have we done historically for Father's Day?
We have done stuff like giving you surprises. We have thrown parties. We have went out before.
Typically, yes, we go out and have a nice lunch, or be out and party, or we invite friends over. So am I expecting a big party tomorrow?
Yes.
Oh, Kian's shaking his head yes, but he's still not telling me what it is.
It won't be a big party, but something that we'll do at home.
Oh, this is going to be fancy. So listeners, we're gonna leave the suspense out there. Maybe in a separate episode, Kian will tell you what we actually did for Father's Day. So we'll park this surprise for now. Okay, Kian, since you're so good and guarded about your secret, I'm not going to pester you about it. But over to you for any questions.
Papa, tell me a bit more about your Papa and what he meant to you. Is he special for you?
Yes, Kian, he is. In many ways, what my papa did for me was very, very special. He was very hardworking, very funny. I say was, he still is very hardworking, very funny. He's a bit ill now, so
But he's still very, very funny.
He's still very funny. You've seen a bit of him, and he made a lot of sacrifices for our family, and he did a lot of stuff for not just our family, but his extended family in many ways, and those were some important lessons and things that I learned from him about how to value and cherish your family and things like that. For me, he's very special because he did the one thing that meant a lot for me and changed basically the direction of my life. In 2000, I think I've talked about this previously, but in 2000, when I wanted to go study abroad, I sort of raised the point with my family, and most of them opposed it. But it was only my dad and his dad that supported me and said, here you go, we're going to do whatever it takes to get you on that plane and get you into university, and then, you go figure out life for yourself. So in many ways, what he did for us and for me changed the course of my life, and I'm here because of that, and we are here because of that. So I'm always thankful to him for that and for that experience, and that's why in many ways he'll be very, very special for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Next question. But just before that, I want time. I think that's gonna be kind of the same with me because like I have a goal and you're helping me to you're helping me you're helping me a lot to help me try and get to that thing by
Okay, Kian, save that thought. I'm going to come back to it because I'm going to ask you the question. So sorry, you had a question, you said?
Yeah. What was the most memorable moment with your father that you can remember?
There were two actually. So I told you how my father sort of stood up to the family and ensured that I went to the U.S. to study. So I'm thankful for that. And one of the most memorable moments I had was he came on the flight with me to the U.S. to settle me in, and he spent the first few weeks with me in the first week with me in the U.S. while he settled me into university. And we went shopping and we bought all the stuff for my university, and he sort of did all of that stuff for me. And that moment, that few days with him was very memorable. It helped me sort of get off the ground and get going in the US. And then the next one was in 2012. I had an accident in Singapore and I fell and broke my arm. And at that point in time, I had nobody in Singapore, so I just called home, and you know,
What about Mama?
my mom and dad were worried, and basically, I told them to come, and basically, my dad was there overnight, and he came quickly, and he was there the next morning, and thanks to him, we got the surgery done, and we were fully settled, and he made sure that all of that went smoothly. Again, I could probably have done it without him, but he was there and he made it happen. And for me at that point, it helped a lot. So those were my two memorable um, moments with my father. So, Kian, let me go back to your question. So, tell our listeners a bit about what you were saying about your goal and what you want to do, and uh, not that I'm doing much, but how are we trying to get to your goal, and what are you hopeful for?
You so you are practicing with me and you are
But let's
telling me
start with the first part. What is your goal?
mm, to be number 7 in my national team and in PSG um of, as a profession in a professional as a professional footballer and captain and Papa, you're trying to help me get to that part by getting tryouts set up and training with me. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm hopeful that you achieve your dream and you get to be number 7 in the teams you want to, because selfishly that means I get to get tickets to all these games and I get to watch my son play football, but I also just get to watch football in some of the best stadiums in the world. So keep going, and remember, Papa, when you have to give out free tickets, okay?
Okay.
All right. Cool. What's next, Key, and what is your next question?
So, what was one of the most important lessons you learned from your father that you use in life today?
For me, there were two important lessons. So, like I said, my father did a lot of work for his family. He worked very hard, even for us and his extended family. He did a lot and sacrificed a lot. And so I learned about that, like how to, how important family is and what you need to do for them, and how to sort of put your family ahead of yourself. So I appreciated that. And, hopefully I try to um, bring that into my life every day. The other is humor. My dad is a very funny person, and he's very humorous, as you said. He's still quite funny, and he was never shy of cracking a joke and lightening the moment, even in the most serious or tense moments. You could rely on my dad to lighten the mood with a quick joke. And so again, I've tried to bring humor into life and to make it lighter for all of us and to make it better. I think just laughing at things and having a sort of humorous perspective to life is something that's very important, because life can be tough, and just taking it easy, or appreciating it with a smile makes things a lot better. So those are the two lessons I've brought. So right back at you, Kian. So what you've had a relatively short life. It's been only 8 years, but so far, just watching me, or even Mama, or even your two grandfathers to some extent, because they've been dads too. What are some of the lessons you've learned from us and them? Pick one or two.
Mm, so you have to work to get to something good, and um and 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 from you, I think I also have to be funny.
You have to be funny. Okay, so you will bring humor to your life as well.
Yes.
That's good. I'm looking forward to your crazy jokes. Kian, okay, I think we're almost running out of time, but I'm looking forward to what we have in store for later today, because you're holding that surprise very tightly. But before that, I want to ask you one last question before we sign off, and I want you to tell me and our listeners if there are some things and traditions you would like to take forward every Father's Day for our family now, and then when you have a family, for your family.
The surprise!
To have a surprise every Father's Day.
Yeah.
And to hold it tight and never tell your father what it is.
Until the day, yes. And there's a specific surprise that we do that we did that I want to keep going because it's pretty good.
Okay, people, I know this is very suspenseful. It is for me as well. So, we'll have to wrap up this episode and sort of see what the surprise is later today. But as I promised, maybe through the next episode or something else, we'll tell you what that was, because I know you cannot wait anymore, and you're going to be like on the edge of your seat and holding your breath. So we won't keep you in suspense too long. But until then, thanks for listening in, and till our next episode, until we reveal the surprise. Have a happy Father's Day.
Thank you for listening in. Join us every Friday at 10 a.m. UK, wherever you get your podcasts. Until then, goodbye and a happy Father's Day to all the dads of the world. Enjoy your special day, and may you be spoiled by your families and kids.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day, everybody. Bye-bye.